Unless we want to divide up and have some people wait in the trees in case something does go wrong.
Strick is going to start moving forward.
Some stuff away.
Let Strick start moving forward. We have some time.
All right.
Hedera will eventually be moving forward as well, though.
Imis will follow.
Okay, as you approach the camp, are you stealthing at all?
Not after that. Like, the plan was eventually to kind of reveal.
Mhm.
I'm actually, if anything, I'm trying not to surprise them right now.
Okay, so as you approach the unicorn you saw from your binoculars yelling at others is revealed to be a rather raggedy, wild-looking fellow, or the equivalent for a woman, I guess. That metal tube is revealed to be a large rocket launcher.
Right.
And she seems to be the authority in this camp. And as you approach, she gives a sigh of relief and begins to walk toward. Hi, so you're the are you the folk reinforcements or some sort like that? Are you here to like feed us?
No, we're visitors.
I mean, we could for some sort of deal.
Right. I'm sure something can be arranged, but that wasn't our original purpose coming here.
Oh, great, you're freelance. Okay, well, that makes things a whole lot better here, doesn't it? All right, whatever. What do you want?
Better.
It was sarcasm.
I mean, ideally, we'd like to get into that temple, but or whatever it is that's out there. I haven't had a chance to look myself yet.
Well, we haven't either, so, that would be doing a favor for both of us, kind of.
Oh?
Yeah, well, I mean, orders are to not let anyone go into it. Unless we can snag the stuff ourselves, of course.
I see. So you'd want us to go in and bring anything of value back to you.
And what's the split that you have with your employer?
I don't know. Like, I mean, they pay me for whatever I get.
Ah, I see.
Let me ask you this now. How long has it been since your last resupply?
I don't know, half a year maybe? Jeff kind of flew off with our ship for the resupply, but he hasn't really come back yet, so we're making do.
See.
How would you like to be able to leave ever?
I would like to leave. Yeah, I mean, let me tell you what. You know how many people we used to have?
How many?
15. You know how many we have now?
6.
10.
5. They all died of dysentery. So, we're not exactly doing the best.
Hey, you knew better than to ford that river.
Who's Oregon? Is he some sort of cow?
That was not in character. Anyways.
Yeah, no, I would like to leave. Very, very much.
Alright, how about a new deal then? You let us go inside that temple. We get you off this rock.
Alright, that sounds okay.
Well, that was really easy.
Oh, there we go.
Man, I'm surprised when things go this well.
Mhm.
This is almost suspicious, but I suppose we'll deal with any complications when they come.
Can I make a perception check over the campsite?
Considering none of them have actually entered this temple in over 6 months,
Yeah,
that's probably going to be the complication.
that's fair. Yeah.
That's a perception check around the campsite. See what they have.
There's a bunch of food wrappers, rusted weapons, and drug needles.
Oh,
Oh.
this is a unicorn-led group. Ugh.
Strick's going to pick up the needles.
Are you going to like make aid bombs? Like
Those are
AIDS? Like you're just gonna like
Oh.
Okay. Hey, minor question. That rocket launcher, does it look like a single shot sort of rocket launcher, or is that like up in a missile launcher that we could potentially maybe mount onto the ship?
it's like a single shot,
Ah,
handheld.
It's a
sort of thing.
tube.
figured.
It's a tube, not the Arnold.
So we managed to get like a good like dozen or so crew members.
Yes.
Potentially, yeah.
Join the cause.
I think all told it's about 15. Because we've got like 5 here. Well, I guess okay, maybe more 13 because the 2 probably won't want to really be a part of the crew. But
If they come with everybody else, they might.
We can convince them.
we'll find out.
They wanted to come here to reunite. Seemed
It's
like.
true. Then they have reunited with their people. So if the people leave, there's nothing they can do about it.
Oh, no.
Maybe we find some other friends from the abandoned temple.
I don't know if we'll like the friends we'll find in the abandoned temple.
So,
Can we... Oh. I was going to ask a question, but it feels kind of dumb. I'm assuming we haven't been able to see the temple any of this time. It's not that big enough to stick out, like, over the treetops or anything, right?
No.
So, I guess I just suppose we should head towards the temple now. We've gotten permission from both
I
sides.
suppose we'd better get looking then. Yes.
We should probably tell Scarlet and Co. what's going on.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I don't have Infallible Relay prepared. How far does message go?
Don't we have radios? This has happened before.
Yes.
Yeah.
I say we radio the ship and just be like, hey, there's a temple or something here. Let's scavenge it.
Of course, we were also just discussing earlier how there's no communications on the big ship, just on the Spice Merchant, and I don't think she's on the Spice Merchant.
I vote we
So
use
that's also
radios.
Radio to Timoko.
There you go.
Do
And
it.
Temiko talks to Scarlet. A foolproof plan.
Well, toxin quotes.
Conveys concepts.
Timiko does charades for a half hour.
Yes.
Well,
Till
after-
Kem gets the notebook out.
Mel is gonna mass produce that soundboard.
Patent it. Get rich. There's
All right.
so many mute people here.
So you're going to go to the temple now after
Yep.
you relay that information.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Also, isn't Hemlock with us?
Well, you pulled him out to meet the crew, but he didn't. He decided to come with.
Okay, he's back on the ship.
Yes.
Did Strick allow that?
Corvine?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Dun, 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 dun. Da, da, da.
Strick!
I would wonder if he fell asleep, but that's the people east of me, not the people west of me, that I would be worried about that.
I mean, it's not completely impossible, but
Like 740 there.
I mean,
Ah.
Nope.
Hello. We were discussing Hemlock, and I was asking if, do we have Hemlock with us? Typhel was commenting that Hemlock went back to the ship after being introduced, and I said, did Strick allow that, though?
Ah. I
Or did,
imagine. I
or did you make
imagine.
your assistant come with us?
I imagine the assistant would have been made to go into the camp, but that's as far as Strick cared.
okay. So probably not traveling with us into the temple then.
No, just traveling with us to get soup.
That's fair.
So Hemlock is with you guys then.
I mean, I guess if he followed after we left the camp, then I suppose so.
He's probably tailing behind, but he's not really doing anything.
Okay. So he's around. He's just
He's-
not like.
Being a friend.
Then it's probably about now that Strick is going to tell him to go back to the ship.
Alright. That has happened.
All right.
So, you go through the sort of burnt forest. It's not pleasant. The whole place smells like ash and burnt wood and smoke
Hmm.
and burnt plastic. It doesn't seem like something that any living creature could ever live inside.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. As you approach the temple, you can see that it is a rather small affair. There are a few dented and destroyed mockeries of marble pillars,
Hmm.
and the whole place looks like it might have been overgrown once before it was all burned off.
So I have a question that only I will know the significance of. Does it look modern, or does it look older than that?
It looks relatively modern.
Hedera is a little disappointed, but she wants to poke around in it anyways.
I was going to ask to roll a religion check, and then I realized, oh, wait, I'm a cleric who doesn't have religion. That's okay.
What?
You're also an alpaca.
Space. I have Arcana because spaceships are a part of my religion.
Ah, yes.
Of course.
Totally. I'm gonna... Wait, hold on. Does this spell let me do... I'm assuming we're not lingering outside for a full minute to cast... Or a full, 10 minutes. That would be silly.
I mean, you can try and, convince people to, maybe, but
Yeah, it's one you can see.
Hedera isn't planning to.
Yeah, no, I guess we could just go in then, and it will passively
Hedera-
concentrate on an alarm while we're walking in.
Hedera is going to try the door.
The door half disintegrates as you put pressure onto it.
Oh, no.
Well, that's a good sign.
Well, at least it's easy to get into. In I go.
Annis will follow, still walking with her staff.
Parsley will go with his with his
Hedera is going to pull out her weapon and not have it in like a not aiming it, but kind of at a ready stance.
Yeah.
It's a miracle this place is still standing. It's smaller on the inside than it did on the outside. And
Very thick walls.
from how you look at it, it's evident that this place was once a library, but all of the books are basically unreadable. The whole place is coated with a thick layer of ash and black soot. But in the middle of the room, above a pile of burnt tables and papers and books, is a stake with the body of a unicorn tied atop it.
Ew.
Hang on, is this like an
Body or a
image of a
skeleton?
body, or is this?
This is like a scorched unicorn skeleton.
Ah, okay. And we can tell
Keyword.
because it's got that big horn.
Yep. The papers that were used to burn this person alive, whoever they were, some of them almost seem intact.
Gonna take a look at those.
That is grim. That is grim.
Mel is just staring at the dead unicorn in shock.
The blackened eye sockets stare back. Make a perception check, Hedera.
See if you notice the eye socket staring back.
Oh no.
Excellent.
You don't notice the eye sockets.
Maybe that's for the best.
Annis will concentrate as an alarm as she kind of looks around at the ruined place.
Parsley will poke at the stake.
The stake threatens to fall over at the slightest touch.
Hmm.
Hedera, most of the books and papers you find on closer inspection are burnt to,
Unusability.
unreadability. Yeah,
At best, the moment I touch one, it crumbles into dust.
right. But
At worst, it's already there.
miraculously, buried under piles of disintegrating papers and books, is a single yellowed piece of paper that doesn't fall apart when you touch it. It's a little burnt, but somehow, as if through divine intervention, it has escaped the grasps of the flames.
So, if I can do so without damaging it further, I would like to add that to my inventory. Put that away for safekeeping.
Do you try to read it?
I'll glance at it. There is one other thing I wanted to do. I suppose. I'll glance at it now and kind of look at it in detail later.
All right. While there are some words scorched out of it, it seems to be a letter of some sort.
Okay.
From the brief glance you get at it, it's actually pretty long. You don't get the whole information of it.
Yeah.
As you place the paper in your bags, the library remains eerily silent.
So the other thing I'd like to do before I come back to that letter, I would like to make an Arcana check. See if there's anything unique to the cause of the charred forest, and in particular the charred temple.
I also have a question.
Okay.
Are there any other rooms to this library? Is this whole place just a single library, or is it actually a school? Are there doors that lead out of it? Is there a back room or anything at all?
Let me think. There is a few rooms that seem like they might have been small, emphasis on small, small lecture halls once. Maybe enough to fit 10 people at the most. This wasn't a large affair.
I suppose then a glance in those warrants nothing particularly interesting. So at this point, I reckon the alarm is set.
I think that's,
Yes.
oh, wait, is that actually my...
Okay.
Hold on, I should double check what my Arcana check is. Okay, my Arcana is 5, so that's actually a 12.
I'm gonna make a list for alarms.
It's not a
on my
huge
sheet.
difference, but
In these lecture halls, you don't find any artifacts like the unicorn said they were looking for, but you do find some questionably good, quote unquote, as in they haven't
So
expired yet.
this wasn't a
Um,
perception check.
Or I'm talking about
Or are you talking to Dreamer?
yeah.
Okay.
I'll get to that in a second.
Cool.
In those back rooms, you do find some drug needles with some drugs still inside them. They seem of an okay color still, so
Oh
they might be
boy,
usable.
treasure.
Can I roll like medicine to see if I know these drugs? I don't know why
Yeah.
I'd know these drugs. Maybe I've seen Struck with them or something.
What?
You probably haven't seen this drug before. Wait, what's your medicine skill?
Very bad.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll you probably haven't seen it.
Okay. I suppose Annis will take them, but not really do anything with them.
I'm pretty good at medicine, but I'm going to assume I also am not familiar with these, if that's the case.
I presume there's no markings on them that make it obvious whether they're healthy or just like drugs.
They have the consistency and sheen of oil, and not like cooking oil, like crude oil.
Motor oil.
Eee.
I suppose then
I wonder if Hetero would know what those are. I think that would have to come up though.
Annis will take the drugs, I guess, and if she doesn't spot anything else, head back to like the main area with the party. Kind of.
Annis immediately injects the drugs.
Oh no.
Annis snorts the needles.
Snorts the. Oh, jeez.
No.
Not what I mean by
Just point
my
up,
And
squeeze.
takes.
When she
The
gets
black
to the
color reminds me of space.
putting,
Oh.
no. When she heads back to the main room, she puts her staff on her back and kind of holds the needles up, generally facing towards Strick, but kind of to the whole group. I found these.
Strick takes at least one of them.
Anyone recognize
Grab
them?
Oh.
So I'm kind of waiting for an answer to something else before I
Yeah, that's fair.
before I figure out.
If I'm allowed, I will take one, pull out my pearl, and cast Identify on it.
Oh,
It only works for magic items, right?
could be magic drug.
I don't recall if it has to be magic or if it just like tells you the properties of something. I will look it up.
It could be magic drugs, though. Is the other hint? This is a
Anyway,
unicorn
so
temple. Yeah, derp
In
has
the
a thing.
meantime, carry on.
what can I roll to like try to identify it?
Yeah,
Takes me
probably
11
medicine.
Takes me 11 minutes to do this anyway, so carry on.
So how many are there of the needles?
There's 5 of them.
Okay.
So
Oh,
when
wait.
she holds out, when Ennis holds out the needles, Heather's gonna go. I still had some drugs left over.
So, can I do... actually, could I use an alchemist supplies proficiency to try and figure out what this is?
Sure.
Okay.
Ooh.
Dang.
Nice.
It is,
Strict just instantly knows.
it's a hallucinogen of some sort. You haven't really encountered this specific... Well, wait, does Strict work with drugs?
Not usually, no. She works
Yeah.
with mostly poisons and sometimes potions.
It's a hallucinogen of some sort. Plant-based, or at least it was derived from a plant. But you don't really know the identity of it.
Okay. She'll need to study it later when she gets back to a herbalism kit or something like that. So she turns to the group. This will make you go loopy. I
Yeah,
suggest
it's a
not putting
hallucinogen.
it in your leg.
Sounds
Not unless you want to
great.
go on a trip.
I wonder how familiar Annis is with the concept of drugs.
Well, I'm assuming most of the alpaca are probably kind of isolated, like sheltered, because they're...
Yeah. So Annis will then tilt her head. Make you trip. Make you trip.
I always wanted to go on a vacation.
Not this kind.
It's more of the fallover kind, but worse.
If you want a quote unquote religious experience.
I see.
So Strict takes another needle.
Of the ones Annis is holding out. Okay, I will decrease the amount I have to
You
drug
should probably
needles.
put those away now.
Annis will put the needles away.
Also, Mel
Good
gives back
impromptu
the one that she was attempting to identify.
The drug needle.
You're back up to 3.
Just comments that they're not inherently magic and they don't appear to have been created by magic is all she got.
I wonder if I can mix it into something more dangerous.
I mean, I can't imagine that's hard if you just poison them.
If it makes people fall over, it could be a useful sort of tactic.
Well, the intent isn't to be lethal, which may be disappointing to Strick here.
A little.
I mean, that could make them even
I
more
feel-
useful.
I feel like you could do better with what you've already produced.
She puts the 2 she has away.
Alright,
So I know it was only a 13, but I want to come back to that Arcana check.
right,
Basically, the question is, how natural was this fire?
The fire that consumed the entire forest, or just the fire that consumed the library?
Focusing on the library. Forest seems kind of incidental, although it maybe is a part of the same incident.
It was probably fire that spread from the unicorn being burned at the stake in the middle.
So nothing magic to it.
Oh, it is rather. You can't detect anything magical, but it is rather suspicious that the library, given the damage it has sustained, has managed to maintain such a pristine condition, or at least to appear like it.
Or- Hmm. Is the library enchanted?
Could be. Also, did I say anything as Annis just now?
I don't recall it.
I'm paranoid if, like, my audio is picking up correctly. Earlier she said something about the drugs being more useful. I don't know.
I heard that.
Okay,
It was a
yeah,
little
that's,
quiet. I just wasn't sure how to respond to it. I
that's
guess is the
fine.
thing.
I wasn't. I was just unsure if I had pressed the push to talk button or not. I'm weird.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
Annis checks her inventory, and one of the needles is empty.
Oh no.
Oof.
So, question: does Hedera verbalize wondering if the library is enchanted with?
I'll need to think about that a bit because I think she might verbalize something, but what exactly she says, I'm trying to figure out. I think she's not actually going to verbalize it so much as just start inspecting the walls.
Because if I had, just saying, if I had a reason to, I can identify the building and see if it's under the effects of any magic spells.
All right.
But only if I had a reason to.
Hedera will mutter something about how it seems strange that the building is mostly intact, all things considered.
I have a 22 passive perception, so I probably heard that.
And when I say mutter, it's not in the she's trying to hide it sense, just in the sense that like she's talking to herself.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Hey, I identified the building to see if it's under. Let's see, how is this worded? I try to learn whether any spells are affecting it and what they are. But this will take me 11 minutes, so carry on.
Well, you know what? Hedera is going to use that time because her initial thing didn't come up with anything. She's going to use that time to finally read that letter.
Also, while those two do that, I'd like to just roll like an. I don't have very good checks for this, but like an invest. Oh, I do have investigation. Okay, that's what I wanted to roll anyway. I'd like to roll investigation to see if there are any books on the shelves that somehow didn't get scorched, but I'm guessing not.
Sorry, what was that?
I said, while while Mel is rolling or doing her spell on the library, and while Derp is reading the letter, Annis is going to roll an investigation to see if any of the books on the shelves somehow survived, or if any of them are readable or interesting or anything.
I can tell you right now that none of them are readable.
Okay.
The readable letter was a fluke.
Does anyone else want to do anything before I just time skip ahead 10 minutes?
I don't think Parsley has anything to do.
Strick?
I don't know.
Are you gonna stick?
Needs to do anything.
You can stick yourself with one of the vials and see what happens.
No.
Oh no.
Yes, I know what I'll do because Stars said that.
Where's your scientific curiosity?
Oh
I'm
no.
gonna eat now.
Oh no.
You gonna what?
Eat
Is that-
mayo.
In front of
Oh
Mel.
no! Oh no!
Is that like your default action, like Susie's bagpipes?
Eat mayo.
Mel's player deserved that.
Alright, so Mel, the library is not currently under the effects of any magic spells, but you can tell that. Or actually, wait, hold on. Oh, let me search up magic. Hold on. Sorry, I'm not.
No, carry on.
All right,
No
you know what? Now
worries.
I'm not gonna bother with this. It's not currently under the effects of any magical spells, but something was cast on it a long time ago.
Gotcha. So yeah, I guess Mel finishes her ritual and just says, guess not.
You know, this place could make for a good hiding place if we're ever being chased by something. Or, wait, no, Annis would phrase that completely differently. Hold on.
While we are being chased by something.
Let me clarify. You know, this place could make for a good hiding spot if we're ever being chased by something else or one of the, various groups.
By something else.
Uh, hmm.
I'm not convinced we really want to spend time here.
It's a little hard to park a ship in the forest. We'd have to leave it and walk.
Whoever destroyed this place could come back.
That was probably just hellfire from the battles, I imagine.
I imagine it came from space.
Have we thought of any way to determine how long ago this happened?
I imagine I'd probably take a history. My history isn't bad, but it's not proficient.
Would I be
History
able
or
to?
maybe investigation?
Would I be able to make a medicine check on the body, and if I rolled really well, figure out about how long ago it was charred? Or is that a bit
Probably
outside the scope?
no. It's a little outside scope.
Okay. I had to play the cards I dealt myself. Can
I
I,
think we have
can I
everything we're going to find here.
can I insight the skeleton to see how long ago it died? No.
The skeleton's not giving you any answers today.
Persuade the skeleton.
I should have prepared Speak with Dead, which is probably a higher level spell than I can cast. I don't remember.
Wait, how do you know Speak the Dead if you can't cast it?
Cleric. They get that prepared, though. Or, well, they get, Wait a minute. Yeah, clerics are like paladins in that they know every spell on their list. They just can't, cast them all at once, right?
Yes, they have
I
to
think so.
prepare, but also I don't remember if it's a higher level than what I can cast. Oh, hey, it's a third level spell. So if we were ever back, or if we came back tomorrow, I could ask the unicorn, "Hey, what the heck?" But I cannot currently. I cannot do this.
Well, I think the question will be how long it takes us to deal with the two different encampments that we're at this point probably taking off planet.
Unicorn turns out to be like Oleander or something.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Funny you say that.
Hmm.
All right, are you heading back now?
I mean, Hedera will.
Seems like a good time. Might as well.
And Hedera, I think, unless the message didn't go through, Hedera has already said that she thinks everything that they're going to find has been found in here.
Also, what was in that letter? Hedera said she was gonna read it while the thing was happening.
I mean, are you asking her?
Fair.
Because she did read it.
Oh, okay. I thought Typhel just didn't describe it. Oh.
No,
Spill the
no,
beans.
I know it's in that letter.
Not
Okay, good
not
enough then.
publicly.
Annis wouldn't pry.
Was what Parsley said canon?
Yes.
Okay.
Parsley would pry.
So Hedera's going to look at him for a bit. And word heresy. Which
Oh.
coincidentally is exactly what I'm looking for.
Really?
Not of this sort, though. If this letter is accurate, things get very complicated.
Oh dear.
What are they? Just sacrificing everyone.
I doubt that. At least they aren't. Maybe something else is.
Hmm. Well, if I slept on it and prepared differently, I could probably ask the unicorn what happened, but unfortunately, I can't do that today. I say in character this time.
Do you think we could spend an extra day here, then?
We're gonna spend extra time here.
Well, I'm putting the question forward. Doesn't seem like
Oh, it
anyone
is.
cares enough about this place to stop us.
It is already evening, and it would, we're probably going to sleep soon anyway, and that's all I need.
Yeah. I'm gonna go look for if anything of value even remains here, or well, factions who stationed forces here are completely inept.
Obviously, they didn't care enough to put their best or well cared for soldiers on task. On the task. I suppose just as well, I don't think they would have gotten anything they'd consider valuable out of it. I don't think they'll care too much about heresy.
I'm not sure many do.
The Order would, for their own reasons. And I suppose I do. For a different set.
Annis will just kind of look at Hedera and tilt her head. What's the Order of the Horn like?
They're a bunch of liars. Well, the people at the top are. Everyone else is just kind of fooled by them. Well, and they may be about to get what's coming to them. Unfortunately, everyone else may also get what's coming to them.
What exactly does that mean? I believe I'm... Annis doesn't
Is that
finish
real?
her sentence.
Is that really a subject you want to hear more about?
Yes. It is.
The destruction of the entire system.
No.
That is something you actually want to talk about.
Annis raises an eyebrow. And... how is this happening?
Well, up until now, I thought the light was angry. This letter seems to think differently. Think. Not entirely clear. Parts of it are burned away. The letter seems to imply there's something evil at work. I feel like I still have more questions than answers.
That does seem to raise a lot of questions. Annis looks to Parsley and looks like she's going to say something, but falters.
I suppose I should also say, like, anyone feel free to make an insight check on Hetera right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you're able to do the same with Annis, and I'm gonna actually do that on Hetera. It ain't gonna be good.
I will insight the unicorn
it is good
again.
As luck. Sheesh.
I've incited the unicorn at a 19 this time.
Dang!
Dicebot really wants to know what's going on with that unicorn there.
Apparently, or Dicebot really wants, like, the party to know. The
Not Annis.
the Paka squad.
Why did I make Doge Hetera, not Team's Hetera?
Chamomile is James.
Oh no.
Ah, yes.
I have a response to that, but I think it would take too long to find it. Anyways, so insights on Hetera. She is very disturbed by what she's read in this letter.
Ah.
It represents something she hadn't considered. And things that she's, I mean, just disturbed is the simplest way to describe it.
Annis is going to walk forward and, like, kind of try to go for the hug, but it's obviously awkward, and if Hetera doesn't want that, then she's gonna, like, try to pat her on the shoulder.
Hetera isn't going to stop her. She's not really going to physically react, though, either.
Then Annis gives a sort of unsure hug.
Well, hug received.
And pulling away, she's going to sort of look to the door for a moment before looking back at Hetera and saying, "Why do you believe the light is angry?" Or
Say again?
she's going to look to the door for a moment, then look to Hetera and say, "Why do you believe the light is angry?"
There's a lot of reasons. The whole system is kind of a shithole. What's happening to the bovines? The fact that the orders become very, very distorted from what it once was. There's a lot going wrong.
Annis nods understandingly. Oh, and Parsley, you incited her.
Yeah.
Seems like she wants to tell you something, but not like you can't really tell anything at all what. She's a very
What is it,
unsure
Anna?
alpaca.
Open up. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm worried about Hetera. She tilts her head, feigning ignorance.
Is that what you wanted to tell me? Because I can tell.
Based on this conversation, I will now incite Annis. 23.
Oh, dang. Well, spill it. Or at least spill it to...
Mel gives Annis a quizzical look.
Okay.
Little head tilt.
Given the comment earlier, and given how she's acting now, she's hiding something, and this topic of discussion just makes her a little more nervous about that.
Raises an eyebrow inquisitively.
Oh dear.
And this isn't going to say anything.
Pouts a little bit.
I mean, you could ask.
I am asking. We're sisters. This is how we ask.
Of course.
I stared at her as hard as I could, but she wouldn't tell me.
Annis just kind of rubs the back of her head.
We second foundation talking up in here.
Okay, you know what? Given how
There's
long
a-
this is going on, I'm finally going to make an insight check.
God.
Which is ironic because second foundation communication is supposed to be faster than talking with words.
Not if you're bad at it.
Nell is not from the second foundation.
13 again.
Oh, I left something out. I should have.
Oh dear.
I should have explained something. Whenever Annis casts an alarm, she starts humming. That's something I needed to establish, and I haven't established. Heck. Well, you just kind of realize that she hums a lot, I guess.
Okay.
Mm.
As like a sort of, thing. It's not like... This is something I should be better about, but...
I think I would just assume that's a quirk of hers
Yeah.
at this point.
I mean, alpacas hum. It's a thing they do, but
Yeah, clearly.
it just kind of strikes you that, Annis kind of hums more than the other alpacas sometimes.
Yeah, it's especially that purple one.
And she's
And Annis is a regular paprika.
probably hiding something.
Aren't we all?
Of course.
So I do have to ask, what does a 13 get me? For insight. I like how we've just hijacked the session from Typhel right now.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yoink.
Get all sick. I don't know how to say this.
Well,
That's it. They don't know how to say this.
damn.
This place is used. Oh, F in the chat. She could get wood, make chivs or something. Annis will continue. Well,
Get medieval, make spears.
I mean,
Single-use spears.
I just think I'm afraid of something too.
And what would that be?
She stands sort of stark still. Hums a little under her breath. Says, well, I don't know if it's related to this, whatever it is that Hedera is thinking. But, Parsley, do you remember when you found me a little ago?
Yeah, you were out in exposed to the emptiness of space.
Mhm.
Your ship crashed, didn't it?
I don't remember if I said anything at the time, and that's part of what scares me. She sort of is thinking very hard. But I think when I was in that pod, there was something there, and there was something that did that to that pod.
Really?
Well, I'm not sure, but I just can't shake the sense that we're being followed. I'm being followed a little. Maybe it's not me. I don't know. But I was there. She's kind of staring hard at the ground, not like having emotion on her face.
Parsley's gonna kind of squint and tilt his head.
I just don't feel safe, is all. Hmm. Hmm. She looks around the library and turns to Hedera. What might this place have contained before this all happened?
By the look of things, well, we see a lot of books, and we saw a few drugs. I assume just the usual order paraphernalia. I mean, I think we've basically found what's here to be found. The letter, it says there are some hidden things, but not here.
Hmm. And where might they be?
I don't know. I'll need to start looking.
Ah. Hmm. Well, it's probably better we don't stay around too long.
I'd rather leave, if we can.
In a
Well,
sense.
Come back.
Let's-
Come back tomorrow, perhaps, with looks to Mel, some other angles to try. But I don't think
It
we're going to find
shouldn't.
anything else today.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't take very long.
Hmm.
Well, we'll head out then.
Yes, let's. It is getting dark. Or it has been getting dark. What does it look like outside? She pokes her head out. Sleight of tentacle.
Oh no.
That's probably where I'm gonna end the session, actually.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's good.
I hope you thought this was good
I did.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
I
It
enjoyed
got
it.
kind of slow at the end, sorry.
No, it's okay. I like RP stuff. And this is cracking open a little bit. And I feel like I could have been better about things, but it's good. Also, I should stop the recording.